Hello Natalia, Chris and Jules. Welcome to our meeting. Today our presentation is about the analysis of the dog paw. This is our main content. Our report today will be divided into the following sections. The first part is about the main purpose. We have compiled the three main issues that need to be addressed at the moment. But of course, later on we will discuss the more minor issues that also need to be addressed. These issues are about the rapid growth of users and transition of IT platform, automated process for users checks, and the way to build a suitable business model and gain some competitive advantages. For these issues, this is the methodology we have used in the report. The first part is to get an accurate overview and understanding of the current situation using the rich picture. And then we will use the business canvas to gain an overall view of the business model and processes. The third step is to select a business model based on the analysis of the current situation, and final step is to make recommendations based on the outcomes of the selected model. This is the rich picture we made for this case. We have also marked the parts that need extra attention. Here is the list of issues, including the main ones we mentioned above and some minor existing ones. We have highlighted some keywords in order to find a solution for each of them.
Then let's talk about the recent business model canvas. There are a few concerns that we would like to point out, and these include channels, revenues, and key activities. First of all, for the channel part, basically, Dogpool only have the Facebook private group. Secondly, the revenue part, Dogpool only have monthly £5 membership fees. And lastly, Dogpool only help customers to finish the borrowing process and do the background verification. However, lesser key activities means there is scope for monetizing and include more key activities. Then let's talk about the business analytics leverage. These are all of the opportunities for the firms that we can do the business analytics to solve the problem that we found in the rich picture and the business model canvas. However, according to both of them, the channel will be the main issue and should be analyzed in this stage. Therefore, we will implement the user database accommodation modeling to find out the best number of services that can benefit Dogpool.
So this is part 4 where we've done the Excel modeling, and as you can see we've got quite a few factors that we had to take into account while coming up with the Excel model to find out the optimum number of servers to serve the most amount of customers. So over here we've got a basic image of the spreadsheet that we used, of the factors that we used when we were calculating the optimum number of servers. So as you can see, right now we've set it to 1 server, so the increment of 1 server each month, and how that would affect profit and how that would affect the revenue of Dogpool and how that would affect the operations. And as you can see, we've got the tables here which are showing the demand uncertainty and how that would change, and how the various users would increase over the months, and how you would have to take in a negative profit as well at a certain point. Based on our analysis, we found out that you have 3 numbers of servers, 3 different ranges of servers that you can choose to maximize your different business objectives. So for starters, you have 5 as the minimal which you would recommend, and 98 would be the max, or otherwise we would suggest not to exceed 135, which we will look into in detail in the further slides. But as you can see, this is the graph showing the optimum amount of profit that you would find from each number of servers that you would be choosing. So we have defined various business objectives, and the first business objective would be in continuation of the exemplary quality of service being provided by Dogpool currently. The second would be a maximization of profits, and third would be making sure that there is no unmet demand. And then we also have a bit of general counsel, which we're going to show you in the other slides. So as can be seen from the graph, 5 number of servers is the minimum that we would recommend for Dogpool. So the profit that you would get would be a positive profit enough to sustain operations. And this is the number that we would recommend that you start from if you want to go for a safe strategy. Business objective 2 would be profit maximization, and as you can see, we've come up with the number that the best possible way to do this would be to have 65 servers, and you would see a maximum amount of profits that you would be generating each quarter, and this would be the best possible amount of servers that you can have to ensure that you also combat any negative repercussions from unmet demand from customers. So business objective 3 would be that there is no unmet demand, and we would recommend a number between 65 and 98. We've suggested 98 on the graph to ensure that there is no unmet demand and that there are no negative repercussions from any unmet demand, and to ensure that all of your customers are accommodated on the database. So we would just like to offer some general advice to the Dogpool team to not exceed 135 servers, because post this you would be getting negative profits and you would also be having more number of servers than the demand and customer base.
In order to replicate the real life scenario of growth rates changing each and every month, an Excel model was created by our team which calculated different growth rates changing every month, and that simulated the real life scenario, which gave out different levels of profit at different numbers of different levels of growth rate at different levels of servers included in the app. It could be seen in the video how the model operates the profit each and every time, but we can see that the base level of profit when the servers are increasing have remained the same, and after a point it drops down drastically. Moving on, also we did a sensitivity analysis using the growth rate models, using the different growth rates at the suggested levels of servers that are 5, 65, 98 and 135. As we can see, at different growth rates these numbers give you different levels of profit, and depending upon the requirement of the business and what business strategy you want to opt, the different levels of growth rates and their respective server numbers can be helpful.
We have divided our recommendations into 3 different time horizons. About Horizon 1, we propose to establish the barriers for users to enter the app to address Dogpool's current challenge of time-consuming and to help the company provide a continual drive for its existing business model and core capabilities. Horizon 2 is our proposal to add some new function to the app to extend Dogpool's existing business model and core competence to new customers and markets. Horizon 3 is about creating a rating system for users, creating new capabilities and new business, increasing long-term competitive advantage, and generating sustainable cash flow for the company's continued growth. I will introduce our ideas for innovation. You can choose from one or two all of them, depending on your preferences and purpose. If you want to increase your income, you can training and certification of non-dog owners in dog handling and care by Dogpool, and charging a premium user fee to have prior access to the highest-rated dog owners to book a slot for their dogs. If you want to put the focus on dog certification, you can set up a selection of dog breeds and activities booking slots, and offer hourly hire care packages. If you prefer to provide a better service to more dog-friendly clients, you may consider our suggestions for user incentives and vouchers.
Then let's talk about the new business model canvas. First of all, is for the channels. Implementing the mobile app can allow Dogpool to have a better control over their customers. Moreover, the Facebook group will remain as a springboard to diverting customers to the app. For the key activities, we suggest to add more activities such as training and certification, drop-off and pick-up service to create more value. And for the key partners, we recommend to start to have a good relationship with sponsors to robust the Dogpool's competitive advantage.
So those were some of our suggestions and recommendations to the Dogpool team, and we wish you the very best with your business expansion.